So guys, in the previous video we have created the payload or shellcode using the MS7. Now we are going to execute it on our machine. So let me copy first the calculator shellcode and I'm going to paste it in ESP. Now let me override the EIP with this address we have. Now the thing is we need to enter in the reverse order because it's written in byte order, the enter. So we need to write the first AF byte 11 byte 50 and enter 62. Let's write this AF 1150 and and 50 and rash is 62. So now on execution this EIP will hit this address and it will jump to this ESP address and it will execute the shellcode here. Now the problem is it will leave some junk bytes after executing jump ESP instruction because in the after instruction of this jump ESP it may contain some bytes which are junk and those are also will forward into ESP. To avoid that we need to add the NOPs. NOPs in the sense means no operation instruction which is which is 19 hexadecimal representation. You can think no operation as like just idle operation and CPU will just pass through that doing nothing. Now I'm going to append to this NOP bytes. So my program will hit these junk files, junk ES and then this EAP and it will program will jump to ESP and executes these knobs which are nothing which means do nothing and our shellcode gets executed. Okay guys, now let me run the program. Okay, our program is running and if we run the exploit our calculator should pop up. Okay guys, it's saying access violation executing this address. There is problem in this address. You can see here AF 115032. Okay, the 6 is going into the turning into 3. Okay guys, you can see there will be a lot of problems but you need to solve those. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not put this hexa value, hex representation of 62. Sorry, extremely sorry guys. That's why I'm still confused why it's not executing. Okay, now let's run the program again. Extremely sorry for that. Now let's run the program. We should see calculator popping up. There you go. Our calculator has been popped and we have successfully pawned the application. Now let's run the program again. Now you can see after execution of calculator our program has been terminated. And now let's run the reverse shell code to see if there will be a connection to back to us. Now let me copy all this code which is bad character free. Now let me paste instead of this calculator shellcode. Now I have to start a listener on this machine so that I will receive any connections coming for this machine. We have mentioned the four fours And now let's run the program again. And there you go, the shell has been popped up and we can see it's Windows XP version Microsoft Corporation. You can see dir and you can see all the files in this directory. Okay guys, now we have successfully exploited the machine. By now you may get the basic idea of how to exploit these Windows buffer overflows. And also I will highly recommend you to document every step you have written, like in comments. That will be very helpful guys. Even if you came after so many days, you will still remember. Okay guys, I think you have understood almost everything. If this is clear to you, this process will be very easy if you practice. Just practice on minimum 10 binaries, then you will get perfection at this buffer overflows. Okay, that's all for this video guys.